I'm going to be entirely honest with you today. I have not reached the top of the mountain yet. I still work a corporate job. I still trade my hours for a paycheck. I'm still fighting in the trenches of my own life, trying to build something greater. But I think I have a map now I can follow. In alchemy, the phase after the dark suffering of the Nigredo and then the discipline and the pricing of albedo, we finally get to Citrinitas, the dawn of gold. It is the phase of actual material realization. I'm not standing at the summit preaching to you as a guru, far from that shit. I'm still unrolling the blueprint so we can look at it together. Welcome to the part 1 of the map. Today, we're going to talk about the architecture of the matrix, the absolute lie of gradual change, and the 10-second rule you need to escape the 80%. Let's diagnose the system we live in. The Matrix is not some evil cartoon villain. It is simply an economic engine. And for the modern capitalism to function, it was mathematically designed to require a massive amount of obedient people. It needs a baseline of 80% of the population to be compliant, to think inside the box, and to sell their time and execute orders without questioning the structure. The world is therefore strictly divided. There are the 20% who act as the cause of their own experience, whereas there are the 80% who live their entire lives as the consequence of someone else's decisions. If you are watching this channel, you're trying to break out of the 80%. But to do that, you have to understand the psychological weapons the system uses to keep you there. And the most dangerous weapon is the illusion of time. You see, everyone talks about stagnant money rotting in a bank account. But there is a resource infinitely more valuable because it literally never regenerates: your time. Think about that. You can make money out of time, but you can't make time out of money in the literal sense. So, procrastination is not just about being lazy. Procrastination is a silent agreement you make with your own mediocrity. It's the modern plague, fueled by an addiction to cheap dopamine and screens. You avoid doing the hard work because scrolling through a feed numbs the anxiety of existence. But here is the alchemical hack to break it: the 10-second window. There is the exact measurable gap of about 10 seconds between the moment you feel the impulse to take action and the moment your shadow looks for a distraction. If you can force yourself to sit at the desk, close the tabs, and start typing for just 10 seconds without picking up your phone, the task will flow. The first 10 seconds of resistance is where the 80% fail. Once you break the procrastination, you have to confront the next lie: the lie of balance. You see, society tells you to improve gradually, take it easy, avoid burnout, put in a moderate amount of effort. The half effort is the fastest path to absolute failure. Emphasizing effort in a direction that isn't working is a trap. If your life is stagnant, you don't need a 5% gradual improvement. You need a radical, violent rupture from your current identity. In order to create something new, to build an actual empire, the moderation must be executed. You have to become what I call a productive sociopath. You cut out the friends who drain your energy. You cut out the vices, not gradually. You cut them dry radically and forever. If you're going to act, you must go to the absolute limit of your physical and mental capacity. A half effort will just leave you exhausted and entirely in the same place. Changing your life is not a matter of trying a new morning routine, it's a matter of identity. You literally have to hold a symbolic funeral for your weak, compliant version. You have to bury the guy who obeys the system so you can give birth to the architect. I am doing this right now. I am fighting these exact battles every single morning before I log into my corporate job. The Citrinitas is not a lottery ticket, it is the inevitable consequence of a man who masters his focus, kills his excuses in the first 10 seconds, and refuses to give a half effort. You're not a half-assed man, so you don't want a half-assed life. This is the map. Let's keep climbing. If you like this video, there's some art in the description link. Subscribe and keep walking with me, friend. El Psy Konguru.